My name is Carmen Bogan, and this is my friend Willis Watson. Gramps says Willis can be whatever he wants to be. But when the cool guys in the 3rd grade say that a boy like him could never be a hero, Willis isn't so sure anymore. Could it really be true that a boy like Willis can be whatever he wants to be? This is Willis' story. Willis Watson is a Wannabe, written by Carmen Bogan. Oh, that's me. And illustrated by my friend Cheryl Tuesday. Gramps always says, "When you grow up, Willis Watson, you can be whatever you want to be if you want to be a real somebody." But the guys in the 3rd grade say it's not cool to be a wannabe. So it's the last thing Willis Watson wants to be. The guys have a rule. Only believe what you can see with your own 2 eyes. Look around, they say. Do you see any superheroes in Patterson Village, Willis Watson? If you don't see it, it's just wannabe whack. Willis agrees, kind of. Besides, everything Willis and the guys need is right here, close by. There's a parking lot to play in, stoops to sit on, and even a tall fence all the way around Patterson Village to make good and sure no wannabes sneak inside. Every day after school, Willis runs home to check on his grandfather. Gramps is Willis' favorite person in Patterson Village. "How you doing, Gramps?" Willis always asks. "Oh, I'm just fine, son," Gramps replies. "Now go on. The guys are waiting on the lot." And Willis always remembers to come back home in time to help Gramps get ready for dinner. Before bed, Willis likes to sit on the floor by Gramps' chair. Gramps shares his adventures from the other side of the fence, the other side of the city, and even the other side of the world. "When I was a young sailor," Gramps begins. "On a Navy ship called the USS Eagle, right?" Willis adds. "Yup, a destroyer is what they call 'em," Gramps says. "The Eagle was a beauty, but one night it hit an iceberg. That ice tore a big old hole in the bottom of the ship," Gramps hollers. "Alarms were blaring, something awful, wonk, wonk, water spilling in, the whole time dark as pitch." "Were you scared?" Willis asked. "Doing it scared's called courage," Gramps answers. "There's adventures waiting just outside that old Patterson gate," Gramps continues. "And if a soul's got the heart of a hero, like you, son, it'll grab you just like this." That night, Willis escapes to his secret place of wannabe wonder. He wonders if he really could be whatever he wants to be. One day after school, Willis finds Dad home early. Gramps' chair is empty. "Son, your grandfather is in the hospital," Dad says quietly. On the drive to the other side of the city, Willis wonders about Gramps all alone. Who will check on him? Who will help him get ready for dinner? Will he be scared? At the hospital, the biggest glass doors Willis has ever seen wheeze open. Willis slides behind Dad's arm. There are people in white coats and soft shoes moving quickly, gliding down a long, polished hallway, like pool balls rolling across a table. They disappear behind closed doors. Gramps is lying on a skinny bed. Willis watches in wonder as a tall brown man with a kind face studies beeping machines with pulsing lights, His coat says Dr. Collins. And who's this fine young man? Dr. Collins asked. Willis Watson. Watson of Patterson Village, apartment 2E? Asked the doctor. Yes, sir, Willis says. I grew up in 2G. Your grandfather is our hero. Hey, think you could keep an eye on him for me? Willis swallows hard. You can do it, Willis Watson, Dr. Collins says. While Dr. Collins and Dad talk outside the room, Willis gazes at Gramps. He slowly moves closer to the bed, then closer still. His fingers tremble as he touches Gramps' wrinkled, callous hands and looks into the face he knows so well. It is the hand of courage and the face of a hero. Willis watches over his grandfather just as Dr. Collins asked. He stands by as Gramps' chest rises and falls, rises and falls, rises and falls, doing it scared. Finally, there's a rustle, then the familiar face. Oh, why, good afternoon, Doc. You're a little younger than I expected, Gramps says with a chuckle. When Gramps is better, Willis and Dad drive him back through the big old gate at Patterson Village. As Willis looks all around with his own 2 eyes, he sees the elders who watch over their families from windows. He sees the lady who brings hot lunches to the village, the braider who weaves curls into crowns, the dad who seals holes and patches cracks, the artist who creates chalk dreams across cement. He sees the guys waiting on the stoop and Dr. Collins standing in front of 2E. He sees huggers, helpers, healers, and heroes everywhere, a sight to behold. Now, every time a grown-up in Patterson Village says, Willis Watson, what would you want to be if you could be whatever you want to be? Willis replies, I want to be just like Dr. Collins. And the secret is out. Like the heroes all around him, Willis Watson is a wannabe, a real somebody.